All right, my friends, what do you say? Should we do it again? Why not? Let's do some more hardcore vanilla Minecraft. I'm Hambbage, and I'm glad you tuned in. Let's get this slide out of the way. Lines of code, coders, you're awesome. You make our whole world. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, as I've said before, I've done a lot of different IT administrative type things. Never been a coder. Just tiny, tiny, tiny bits of shell scripting, just to basically, you know, make life a little easier. Back when I was doing those kind of things, so not my bag, but I know enough to know awesome, and that's compilers and everything included. Not it makes you got to appreciate those you came before, the people whose shoulders you're standing on, and let's see, where are we going? We're going around the building, up the stairs, down the stairs, not even stairs, just slabs of rock. We'll get there. We'll get there, folks, don't you worry. And we'll get there as soon as we can. So what's on the menu here? Well, for anybody who watched the last episode, we kind of diverted from the intended plan, and not really. We 2 episodes ago we spent in the dark room and used up a diamond hoe. In the process, we were repairing some tools. We were letting some glass cook, but mainly, and I really should have brought some blackstone and done an edge at least, but whatever. While that was going on, we were kind of gearing up to do some enchantments and some repairs. And what we ended up, we really wanted to make a spare bow. We've got the one that this is our second bow now that we're currently rolling. We retired the original bow, so rotisserie spitter is done. This bow is as of yet unnamed. If you got an idea, try to make it food cooking themed. Very loose, but something along those lines. Again, the world is slow cooker. So preference for things that cook low and slow. Any kind of healthy dish or anything that may otherwise inspire thoughts of projectile violence. So many foods do. Hi. But in the process, as we really intended to make a bow, we kind of found ourselves stopping off in the lodge a few times. And we're like, hey, let's just roll this villager until we get either Impaling 5, which we need, or Smite 5. And in the process of doing that, we were rolling bows. So we got Punch 2, which is the only bow enchant we're going to use that we don't already have in the lodge. So we got that set up on a bow. So we're effectively ready to build another bow whenever we need it. I'd like to get that done, but obviously right now we're at level 2, so we're ways off. We are going to try to... And we don't have any blocks yet, but we should. Hopefully by the time we get to lava, we'll have enough of this netherrack. So by the time we built up our sword, we built a smite sword. It's got everything on it. It is decked out, ready to go. We named it the Cuisinart. Again, a food processor, sharp slices, dices, all that kind of stuff. So it's ready to roll, but we now need to get some ancient debris. So we need 4 pieces at least. Any more is bonus. And we're going to get going. Now we've got our fire pot sitting in our inventory. As soon as we get to that point, we'll go ahead and slurp it up, because we want to be speedy. And we'll just kind of continue to work. Anybody who hasn't seen our previous Ancient Debris episodes, we have another 3-wide tunnel, a few hundred blocks in this direction. So we just keep going until we punch through. There are some lava chambers in between, but with our handy-dandy potions, and we do have a fire prot 3 on our helmet. That kind of helps. You know, we're not too worried about it. It just speeds things up a lot if we can just go in, take no damage, and keep moving. That's a good state of affairs. Of course, the whole idea in all of this is to see some ancient debris. Oh, there we go. All right, so we'll just retreat and come on through. So at a minimum, we get to the point where we had a bunch of netherrack to use. Now, is this just a... Oh, no, we got a little bit of stuff here. I don't know how much more. Yeah, here we go. I knew you weren't going to make me waste that whole potion for nothing. It's really hard to see. Oh, yeah. Until you get going in the mix. What blocks need to be... Oh. That, again, is the unfortunate part. Even with the potion, stop! We still get the flames in front of our eyes. So we'll try to... Are you... There any more holes? Can we please just go high speed? Never mind then. So there we go. And as you can see, we've got lots more terrain to cover. Let's just run back. Let's kind of do these out and back this time. Last time we kind of tried to do 2 at a time, and I didn't feel like it was super efficient that way. Mostly because I'm prone to forgetting stuff and don't want to miss out. That we must have gotten from the other side. Again, how are we dealing with so many holes? This one was pretty empty. Not a lot of good coming to us, but keep your eyes peeled. Let me know if I miss any debris. That's why I'd like to go up and back and just see if we can... Oh, I thought that looked deeper all of a sudden. Maybe it was the soul stuff. So we will just, kind of as a... Not really as just a throwback, but... what voodoo is that? Oh no, do we have blocks? Who's got issues? One of the challenges of speed mining, sometimes you get the invisible blocks. A lot better than it used to be. Game used to really kind of struggle with getting stuck on blocks that no longer appeared in the graphical interface, but when you bashed through them at really high speed, you left a lot. And it's one of the reasons a lot of people don't go for a lot of TNT mining, you end up going back and trying to deal with so many of those residuals that it can become a bit of a problem. Not really a problem. I mean, it's still there, but if you want real efficiency, you're just kind of better off trying to go through. But I haven't seen a whole lot of those. I hope that's not any kind of indication of the size of the world or anything. Again, my biggest recent worry has somewhat been alleviated. Not really answered, though. I just went back and peeked. And it was a couple episodes ago now that we'd been in the Nether Fortress, where we're very successfully farming Wither Skulls. But I'd left off on one episode and said, all right, we're going to come back, and before we leave, we're going to go do the interior, get a bunch of nether brick, empty all the chests, all the stuff you do inside the Nether Fortress. Now that we're equipped for it, it's kind of just a fun little, run through it, explore all its secrets, kind of open it up, make some bigger space rooms and all that kind of stuff, and then, call it good. Come back out and wrap up in the more farm area, if you will. But what I thought was the access to the internal part of the fortress, when I went back to go into it, was totally different. Like, different biome, different stuff, and I was like, this is not what I remember. And I was pretty sure that, like, something with the world had gone haywire, that, for whatever reason, Minecraft had just kind of thrown up its hands and said, no, this is no longer working. We're just going to insto-presto switch out the terrain beyond a certain point. And I was honestly very worried. And I even mentioned it I've had other worlds that have gone corrupted. I've had, various issues, and I said, at times I will take a backup of a world. Not very often. I'm not a daily backup guy at all. And usually, if anything goes wrong with my world, that is just a sign that we're moving on. We reached an end. And honestly, until the YouTubing, a lot of times, even though I talk about it, you get up to the point where you've done most of the advancements, and you're just, you got no record of it, or you're not doing it for a community or to share with anyone. That's it. It's kind of like, okay, well, I built this. Do I really want to build a massive base or something like that? And the answer usually is, you know what? I'd rather just start a fresh world and get back to some of the chills and thrills and adventure. Okay. So we have reached the deep, dark... Oh, this is way too slow. We can't do this. We can do this, though. Come on. Oh, no. That's not what we want to do. Maybe we can just bunny hop this. Okay, that's pretty good. Plop, 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 plop. Plop, plop, plop. It just seems like you're in the middle of, like, this massive ocean of lava, but then you're like, there's not too much here. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Okay, before we get too panicked, what just happened to my path? Is this the path? Where's the path? That wasn't good. But, sorry for the lack of commentary there. It had a lot of stuff on my mind. Mainly, as soon as that started to hit, I somehow got off the little trail to my exit, and that can happen so easily in the lava. So, started to hit. Okay, no big deal. We didn't have another potion, and reminder to self, we should carry two. One to be running, and if we happen to find ourselves in the midst of a lava pocket like that, another to use to get out. But I took an apple. That stops the burning, and gave me a chance to look around. I thought I was getting it, but every time I tried to get close, it would just kind of like disappear back. And I don't know if I was sinking down or if there was some flow I wasn't seeing. Whatever the case, it was not ideal. So the next, after I tried a little bit and it wasn't getting better, the next best thing is see if this will get us up to the top. And if that will, then let's just get out, secure ourselves, figure out the situation, and go from there. So that's what we're doing. Oh, are you kidding? Look, you dumb lava. What? Oh, I'm looking at it. So we're at 32. I think that should be... Oh, come on, game. It's like it heard me, and it's like, oh, did you say that you sometimes get sick of worlds, and so you wanted to get rid of this one? I didn't say that, game. Minecraft, you're totally putting words in my mouth. I said that in the past I've done that, not with a YouTube audience, so stop trying to kill me. We're gonna get out of this. We're all gonna look back and go, oh, ho, 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 that was a happy, fun time. What I really want to do is make sure I'm headed in the direction of one of the tunnels. So we start at our base and we're heading... the tunnels to the Badlands go north and west. Right? Those are the two. And we were in the corner between heading north and then turning west. So if we go either north or east, we should get back. East, north. Let's try north, because east seems gravel deathy. Yeah, real good and I guess I could right now pop up the end chest, get out the potions box, take another fire potion, but whatever. I'm just hoping that by heading north, that really is the right direction to pick up our cross tunnel. I mean, we've already hit it once by accident. You'd think. So much of this dumb magma, though. I guess that's one thing we should do while we're out in the middle of nowhere here. We only have 38 of them. Okay, never mind. Not quite the big deal I'm making it out to be. How long do you think those... Okay. So here's our big tunnel. Down there is the Bastion Remnant, and here's the end of our tunnel. So, crisis averted. Wow, that was a little more adventure than I was planning on. Thought we were a little bit beyond that, but it can happen. You get stuck. You can't see more than 2 blocks in that lava, and if things start going wrong, That's what I always try to say. You know, and well, obviously, look, I just almost died and lost my world. Don't panic. That's number one. We almost died and lost our world if we had panicked, but we didn't, and that's an important distinction we need to make here. Is when you don't panic, it never gets quite that bad. So know what your strengths are. In our case, greatest strength is having a bunch of good food. And I didn't have the apples on my toolbar, so I kind of had to stop. But that's all right. You know, you've got time. That's why we have some fire prod on our armor. Buys us a little time. Open up the inventory, and that's where we kind of lose track of the path, right? If you go back and look, I'm guessing we were pretty close, everything was pretty good, but we started burning and we couldn't just find the exit immediately. And at that point, okay, I need to get golden apples out, because those will give me extended time where the apple is actually absorbing the fire, and as opposed to just keeping the healing, and then you got to watch the hunger and all that. The pork would not have helped us much for long. It would have. It's better than nothing, but it's not long term. Apples, you can almost stay down there indefinitely. But we didn't. We wanted to start figuring out getting out, so we just, after a couple apples, when I wasn't finding the exit, next thing to do, shoot up and see if you're just in the middle of a big lava. See, the good news is we're not, so I don't think that ends our whole mining expedition. We just have to be a little bit better equipped and prepared. So, pink box. Gotta run out of box room. I don't want our boxes to inadvertently end up in the trash heap. I guess we can just put it here and then open. So, good. Anything? Well, I don't think we're going to really be racking up leather. These we may all get extra pieces of. Okay. So, the fix, have an extra fire pot. At that point, we stop burning whatsoever. We got another 8 minutes to find the exit. We can fill in the whole hole at that point if we need to. So we got a pretty good solution. Now, the one thing I don't want to do stupid is let's pull an extra stack, because we know we're going to immediately have lava to deal with. So finally, we will sip this, because we know we need it right away. Put that away. We got a spare. We still got apples. We're back. Oh, and we got company. We really don't have time for you, sir, or your shenanigans. Yeah, so we got a pretty good long way on this path. No debris, unfortunately. That's a real shame, but we made some memories, didn't we? Oh, yes, we did. And yeah, Minecraft, stop. What I said earlier was not an invitation to... Oh, that... So I must have misplaced that, and that's what got us. I don't know when that happened, but there's the answer. So we must have been on another side of this and just unable to... Just because this one was particularly hairy, we're going to prevent the drips. So it will be removed from our memories forever. Alright, back in business. That fire just makes it so so difficult to see where your axe is hitting on the boxes. Am I going straight? Is there an angle? There's some more, and now we got some gravel in between, which is fun. What do you say about just keeping those on? It's just wreathed in flame. Wonderful. I wonder if we can, reenact in a future lava lake with the apple in hand and get a screenshot. Like, this is where we almost died. Okay, this, again, nothing overwhelming. There was some gold orb right here. We're back to level 3. You would think that would lessen the deadliness if the monster zoo, if I can borrow a phrase from Dreadmore, if that's any indication, we should be good to go. But alas, we are left to scurry around. I don't even remember seeing quartz in all this. And again, I kind of got distracted from the other stuff. Oh, it's just so awesome. We'll feel better once we find at least one. Wow. That may be the worst run we've had. Like a dozen pieces of coal, or gold. I don't even know how many were individually in that trip. Don't think we're going to start special. Well, at least this one's going to give us some quartz. Ooh, very eerie. So yeah, I wonder how I ended up misplacing that block. I wonder if that was as the fire prot wore off, that I just kind of, like jump twitched and, heard that first hit and was like, okay, and just misplaced it that way, or if I was falling off the side and lost it like that. Really not too sure. Alright, this is our big reenactment shot. Let's check here first, see how much time we got. 2:41, plenty of time. So we're going to push through, see if this all rains down on us. We'll select the apple. It'll be an awesome thumbnail. You guys will all be like, oh my god, we totally got scammed when you see it. But I think you already earned your keep with the near death. So you all just hush up. This is what they do in Hollywood all the time. They retouch stuff. So that's what we're doing. Retouch it. Okay, get through the flowing lava. Oh, come on. All right, we're just going to go straight up. It's no big deal. All right, panic. Ah! Oh, wait, I didn't get the shot. Panic. Okay. Now, this goes up there, there. I have a feeling this is going to be another exact replica of the, hey, your potion's about to run out. Oh, that was weird. No, not there. Oh, maybe there. Still got one here. Alright, well, we got a possible fire apple thumbnail. We'll see if we can, you know, maybe we take a shot with some ancient debris or something. Put some in both hands and just stand for a shot. That'd be pretty fun. I bet nobody's ever thought of doing that. Alright, well, I think our speed on the tunnels is coming along. We're getting better in that regard, but our efficiency is through the floor on actually pulling any debris out of here. Remember that other mine, though, that we had and we kept running into trouble? We were pulling a lot out of that, and now that we have all kinds of potions and stuff, I wonder if that would be, Now I don't know if I'm going the right way or not either. I think so. Okay. There. Back through. Alright, well, another run. Another big old batch of garbage. This time we pull 2, because we don't know that we need it yet. Eventually we're going to have to push more on the far end tunnel. We got a long way on this one, but hey, okay, we're starting with gold. That's a good sign, right? We're going to take that as a good omen. Ooh, lots of gold. Ooh, oh no, I thought that was debris for a second. Come on, debris. 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 Well, we're not getting any of that, but we're going to get a lot of loot when we come back and clean this one up. Each time I see that quartz, I'm like, oh, there it is. Be nice if we could see a piece, just, you know, for comparison's sake. So I would know what not to think of as debris when I'm looking at quartz. You know, just game for example's sake. Ooh. Yep. Alright. Come on. Through the lava. Push. Alright, big one. Huh. Oh, that doesn't look as scary. Kind of want to work from this side, I guess. Can I get double up there? I want to get one of the mining with the flames. Because we mine so fast, we're on fire. Yeah, we're getting a little... Hi. Guess what? I learned how to dodge from the blazes. Oh, hey, you had friends. I wasn't aware. Sorry. Sorry for the miscommunication. Oh, we're not hungry yet. Well, can we get hungry? We'll run. Oh, where'd all that loot go? This is the right tunnel, right? Before we get all confused. I thought there was gold right at the end of it. We must have been moving faster than I thought. Oh, maybe that's why we were doing 2 at a time so much. It was the potions. But I think, you know, other than just a little bit of time, we now have so many blaze rods. We have so much magma cream. And we have a farm that we're not even using for nether wart. So, not too concerned about just rolling a bunch of fire pots. This is yet another one of those, though, that I really don't have any firm grasp of how much time we've been playing for. It all seems very short so far, but I know myself. What? I don't know where you guys spawned, but sorry. Sorry about that. You guys have a rough home. You should have hung out in a bastion somewhere. Good loot. I'm not complaining about the golden quartz. As I said, I'm thinking, let's do quartz slabs for the floor around the ice. I think that'll make the blue pop nicely. And for that, we'll need a ton of quartz. The slabs are, you know, are pretty good way to maximize that, but it still takes a bunch of it, and it's good XP. And the gold is nice for apples, so that if you ever find yourself trapped in a lava lake, you can just keep munching them, hopefully almost indefinitely. Ooh, what? Still in the hole. Yeah. So what do you think? Was that have you guys found yourselves in similar lava mishaps before? Was that kind of expected gameplay, or do you think that was me being a little hubris, or getting a taste of hubris, being a little too confident and cocky going in, thinking I could just run around with one potion? Let me know. Let me know if you think I deserved it. I mean, not personally, but did I bring it on myself? Is that avoidable? Have Have you gambled your hardcore worlds in similar fashion and either come out the big winner or the loser? That's when you just gotta have a cup of rum and rye. Alright, we're starting to get a bit excessive here. Let's drop a few. I'm not trying to be wasteful, but I also think, okay, we pull a shulker box of netherrack an episode. We're doing pretty good, right? And we got some more pork. So that's all good. Oh, now we have too much. Are we hungry yet? Let's get hungry. No, not that hungry. Pig hungry. Alright, let's run. Oh, I'm still using that potion? I didn't just take one, did I? Hang on. 45 seconds. Okay, so that was still carryover. I'd refilled. I just assumed it was already done. I wasn't really looking up in the corner, and then for the first time I noticed the little swirlies coming off me again. They... See, like, when you go like this, you don't really see them, so you can kind of forget. I guess we're just leaving them in our wake is the deal there? Maybe? Okay, this is apparently where we picked up some loot. That's the reason why we haven't seen anything noteworthy yet. Okay, but I think this one we can handle. Old school. I step back into the lava. But that was all just planned, guys. We just wanted to eat up that last piece of pork. Now, if this becomes a larger source, doesn't look like it, then we go potion. Don't waste a lot of time. But yeah, remember, we used to just always deal with these without the benefit of silly potions. It's just kind of the way we rolled. Oh. There's the old hole again. Like quartz, gold is always nice. Alright. Again? Take it easy, dude. I know you guys felt left out because we spent all the time in the fortress, but there's a limit. Okay. This... Is that 5? Alright. Right, that's a lot of lava that's dripping. But if we can push through, might be the key to getting back on some debris. Maybe we'll... Ooh. What? Flashed and filled there. Cause yeah, we need a lucky charm. You guys ever watch any of those gold mining shows? Discovery and I don't know. I assume that they're are they all Discovery? is is that the Universal show for mining stuff? You know, it's like deep sea gold and frozen gold and gold in your backyard. I don't know. Not exactly my jam, but I know they're hugely popular. Every time I hit gravel, I think that's the... Are you kidding? If we get to a point where we're clear of all this... I mean, but we could just be going out into a lava ocean for all I know. I mean, maybe that's the way they are. I haven't really spent a lot of time at the bottom of lava oceans. But, you know, are they kind of like the regular oceans where they... you know, they mostly have a common depth, and you know, you just get down to gravel flats. Not so much anymore. They've certainly reworked that a little bit, but I was curious. Oh, I think that's a one-off. Maybe. Yeah. So this is just like a sandwiched-in level of lava. Can I attach to anything? Nope. Look at all that. If I thought that a screenshot would do any justice to what we're in the middle of, I'd take it right now. Alright, you guys asked for it. And by you guys, I mean Nether. Oh, 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 oh. Are we anywhere close to... I was going to say, oh, I didn't really get the impression that we were just stuck in the middle of stuff. It seemed like it was kind of ending, but gravel begs to differ. Yeah, now... that kind of does look oceany, doesn't it? Does it look weird? I don't want to lose this hole. Don't want to lose this hole at all. Yeah, weird. That's just a massive floor. With some weird shelves up above. Alright, back to the hole. Before we do that, though... Oh, come on. I don't really remember which side of the... tunnel we were on. Oh, now I can't go through. Oh, man. Alright, did we get all the way around here? No. Alright, I think that does us pretty well. Here's our hole. Now, hopefully we don't have too many more leaks to patch. Well, that seems hot. Okay, just one. Alright. We didn't see any end in sight, so I don't know. I'm kind of willing to keep probing on the other side. That tunnel had gone out further before we turned back, so maybe, just maybe, that has some area that, you know, isn't in the midst of this, and we're just kind of clipping an edge. But when they just get too pointless, we'll move on. Okay, this should be easy. What? Alright. Still can't believe no ancient debris at all. We've, I guess we've been too fortunate. This kind of makes me wonder now that we, are definitely loaded on... Oh, I should check the time too, real quick. 52. My instinct is refining a bit for the time. Seeing as how this is going to kind of end up being a bust when it comes to ancient debris, I'm wondering if we go on a little blasting expedition. What do you guys say to that? We just kind of cave things out and see what, if anything. Don't you understand I am a level 2 player? It's all about skill level. Kramer. Just to make sure, I do still have a backup. Alright, game, this is it. You can choose not to give me any ancient debris, but if you do, be aware we're gonna come with dynamite. TNT, technically. I don't know. I certainly use them interchangeably. I know a lot of, you know, like shows and TVs and all that kind of do. Does anybody really know? Is TNT the same thing as dynamite? That's a good question. I've never even considered before. I'll tell you though, I was watching. This didn't make me think of it, but thinking of is TNT dynamite made me think of this again. Raise your hand or acknowledge if you ever watched MST 3K or Mystery Science Theater 3000. Definitely an old favorite of mine. When I was a kid, it was available on not cable, but like the local-ish broadcast channel. This was back in the day when Fox was still a new network. I mean, I remember when The Simpsons came out and were kind of a spot on the Tracy Ullman show, and that was a big launching thing. And then when it was announced that Fox was going to start covering sports and things like that, big deal, big time stuff. Because before that, you really only had the networks. You had ABC, CBS, and NBC, and that was kind of your variety. Hope you like what's on. And then there were kind of lower cost channels that the networks would, or like the network affiliates would run, and that was where you got, finally, that was where you got your syndicated shows. So, like your I Love Lucy's or All in the Families or that kind of stuff would all be put on late night, or whatever, and they'd run like cheesy B movies and all that kind of stuff, just because they could, it was cheap. It was a way for them to get local advertising and probably honor their advertising contracts. They'd say like, hey, come advertise with us. We'll get you so many spots on prime time on our affiliate or whatever, but for if you want to get more bang for your buck or whatever, we'll double that up and give you twice as much on the late night channels. And that was kind of where like infomercials and all that kind of stuff got their real foothold, because the networks were pretty much booked up all the time with, and they're trying to meet the needs of everyone in different time slots. And, that's where the idea of the 30-minute sitcom, as opposed to all these long-running special event series. Now they call them special event series, right? You get seasons of the series on streaming. But back in the day, you might have a couple comedy sitcoms and then a drama or something, and they'd kind of stage them through the evening, and there was no thing like spoilers so much. There wasn't an internet, and so people weren't, you could call somebody up long distance and tell them about the show you just watched, but it was kind of what you saw at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, I saw at 8 o'clock in the Mountain Time Zone. There wasn't this, sports and things like that didn't get run on delay. They got run in the time. So Monday Night Football and things like that would run, it'd be later in the East Coast than it was in the Central or Mountain or Pacific or whatever. So some of those types of live events, things would go. But otherwise, you got the same shows at the same times. And I remember, being a kid, one of my favorite, but my only favorite nighttime TV show as a little kid was the Dukes of Hazzard. And I didn't there was no understanding of any of the deeper, whether it was satirical or, I can't even really gauge from that time how much of it was tongue in cheek, how much of it was, just kind of silly nostalgic, how much of it was just ignorant. I don't know, but man, oh man, I loved the General Lee. Of course, I had the Matchbox car. I had the Lunchbox, all that good stuff. It was a real deal. But I remember, my parents saying, as a little kid, you don't even know what day of the week it is, right? You're just like, is it a school day or is it the weekend, kind of stuff. And I wasn't even, I wasn't even at the age when, you just did what your parents said, right? Like, oh, hey, we're going to go to the park and have fun. Awesome, yeah. You didn't, too little to really know. So it wasn't a great big deal. But I remember Mom was like, well, I think I was little enough. I was bummed that my sister was going somewhere, doing something. And again, I think it was shown on Friday night, so I think that's why. My sister's a little bit older. She's going to like a sleepover or something because she's 4 years older than me, and this is when I'm in like kindergarten, maybe first grade. I'm pretty little, kind of in the 5 to 7 years old type age. And I'm all bummed out, like, probably a little bit of a fit type thing. And my mom's like, well, it's Friday, and you know what time it is? You know what's coming on? I'm like, what? No. Like, I didn't even know. But I still remember this as the amazing revelation. And she's like, oh, well, the Dukes of Hazzard is going to be on TV. And I was so excited. All of a sudden, that those teary frown eyes or whatever as a little kid, being all sad, feeling left out, gone in an instant. I was so excited, and it was the first time that I remember understanding that a TV guide was this like magical decoder to being able to know and plan that things were going to be on TV at a certain time. So it's funny how you remember those kind of things. And yeah, that was kind of the deal, because later I remember, when my sister and I, she'd be in charge of babysitting because, parents would go out or whatever, and she was old enough, but there was still the, kind of the lineup when I think Love Boat and Dallas and some of those things were all on. Of course, she's older. She can control the remote. So I watched, I think, what was it? Falcon Crest came on after or something like that. And, it was the whole planned out weekend night TV lineup. But, you didn't have, this was right before VCRs and things popped. Eventually, that transformed, but by that point it was kind of, we were both old enough, if we didn't like what the other one was watching, we could watch in a different, and that was another development. We had multiple rooms with TVs at that point, and eventually multiple rooms with VCRs in them, so you could go hang out with your friends in a different room than where your other, where your older sibling was, and not have to fight. But when we were little, I mean, the whole idea of a remote control was a huge deal. That, when I was first a kid, my parents had the one TV that ended up being their bedroom TV. And it was black and white. I had 2 dials and the on and off switch, like a pull spinny type thing. And that was it, and they kept that in their room probably till I was in, I don't know how long. I think eventually, prices came down pretty quick, and they got something for their bedroom. But even that was quite a while, and I remember it was a big deal. I believe it was in conjunction with something, either a Super Bowl or some, baseball or something. There's probably a deal, and that was the big deal around us getting a color big TV, and it went down in our family room kind of den thing, and that was the option for a long time. And then pretty quickly, we got another one. We had a split level house, so we had kind of a small den room on the small side, and then we had a larger basement, which for a long time was unfinished. But over the years, they kind of made that the nicer hangout room. My dad had kind of finished it up when I was very young, so the large room in there was sheetrocked. It had carpet, sheetrocked, and everything from my youngest memories. But, as I got a little bit older, they added in some, nicer bookcases. Eventually got like a couch and a love seat. They'd had an old couch. It's kind of as they were getting older, they're growing up, and so at first it was just the place where the old couch was that had been around. Well, eventually, they replaced that and got some other options. So fun stuff. But yeah, that was when we got a second TV that everybody could watch different stuff at different times in theory, and then only much later. But as we were trying to pick and choose those kind of things, the channels themselves were trying to get the most audience that they could, and eventually with the onset of cable, they had a bigger challenge, and then they're trying to hustle to sell ad contracts to their customers and say, hey, don't go advertising with these cable people all the time. You got to be where you're at with the networks. And being a kid, I don't know how exact all that worked out, or if that's a correct appreciation of it, but wow, we got a lot of bottles. It certainly seems, kind of worked along those lines. So, all right, well, sort of a bust. We had a lot of fun, a bit of excitement when I almost burned up in a sea of lava. We finally got just enough, hey doggies, just enough ancient debris to say that we found some. Nope, here, and we're going to store that away safely. And yeah, I don't know, maybe next time we go kaboomy. Maybe we'll go back to that original mining area and kaboomy down there and see what, if anything else, we can find in that area. Because initially we had a pretty good run. And kind of branch off, make the massive cavern kind of space. We'll see. Let's get all these. This is what I mainly wanted to do. Store up all this. Now I really am worried. All that talking. 107. We're still not too bad. We're going to be at about an hour and 15 again, I think. Get all the rest of this random. That's done. That's all netherrack. Alright, let's put everything else away, and then we'll do the netherrack last. That, gravel, sand. Might as well go upstairs with this now. Do we have more gold here? No, got it all. Okay. Up, 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 up. Ooh, got an opportunity to sleep too. Let's. Fine. Monsters. This is gonna get a little tight. How are we doing on apples? How are we doing on apples? We got loads of gold. We're gonna have to go cut some trees at some point just to get apples. Actually, I think we can buy apples if we need to. That only gets us 8. What? Oh, I'm all turned around. That's a good stock. Repair from our heavy consumption. Used up a lot of that pick too. That's one thing we won't do as much of in the next round. Alright, Blackstone, any of these? I think we're all good up here. Yep, there you go. Alright, well, next time I think I can safely promise the big kaboom. Pick that up and take it with us. It's going to go back. I guess it didn't really do anything. There. Here. 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 How's our time? 10. We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes to include a goodbye. But now we got a load of that. In fact, I got so much more back at the place. Oh, do we have sand or have we used all the sand for the glass? Oh, no. No. Come on. Is that it? Do we have glass upstairs? Come on. Oh, and I didn't sleep. Should have slept with the dogs and I came back downstairs. Still dark? Yeah. Hey, guys. Now you'll be happy again. Hey! Oh, look at you guys turning around being all happy. I think that's a tail above me or maybe an ear. Alright, good job. Just want to kind of loop around so any of that unpleasantness can be dealt with. Whoa. You wouldn't think I'd been hanging out in the nether fighting tougher. Ooh, a witch. Turn me into a newt. Oh, it got better. Okay, what were we looking for? Sand? No. Well, in the next episode, we're going to go dig some sand again, but not too much. We just need to get enough to not light our house on fire. And then... Oh, you know what? We do have some TNT. We just don't have enough. And that was the wrong thing. There. We'll fill up the rest of that with sand. And then we'll go blow some stuff up. And I think I'll be back to do that shortly. I'm going to take a break. I heartily recommend that you guys do the same. If you're watching these in a row, stop bringing home the bacon for just a second. Go take a step outside. Hopefully it's nice and beautiful out. It's a little warm and sticky here today, but the storms are threatening, and it's kind of afternoon, evening time, and yeah, we'll see. I think this is what is supposed to wreck our weekend, so we'll see if we get any nice shots in there. But for the rest of you guys, take a little break, take care of yourselves, and stay as awesome as you are. I really appreciate all the likes, the looks, the feedback. If you are enjoying, consider dropping a sub. If you know somebody else that enjoys Minecraft content, spread the word. I'd love to reach out to more people, and you guys are the best way to help do that. So keep coming back. I'll keep making the content. We'll see you next time. Bye now.